Hi everyone, Vivian Probst back for segment number 4. We want to finish up our discussion of Wenglish as it relates to gender orientation, and then in the last couple segments we'll work with some different aspects, because Wenglish isn't just about fixing our gender inequalities. It's about other words and other processes that we believe need attention. But let's finish up now with what we want you to understand about Wenglish. So, there are other words that we have studied and substituted. If you get a copy of The Woman Who Forgot Who She Was, in the beginning you're going to see an introduction to Wenglish. And at the end you're going to see a glossary of words that we don't use. Now, when I tell you there are over 30,000 words just that containing man words, you might think that that's an overwhelming process. But in fact, when you're reading, you can do this on your own, because you just read something and you can just see these words popping out at you, and they're buried often inside other words. So there's a subliminal aspect to English. Whether it's intentional or not, we don't care. We just want to fix it, right? So we want these words replaced. So we've talked about this gender issue. We just want to finish up now. Here's some words we'd like you to think about. And I issue a little word of caution here, because you already have learned enough about Wenglish to know that this is sort of a revolution. It's simple, nobody gets hurt, okay? But it is a huge sea change in terms of our language. So the more you know about Wenglish, the more you have to decide what to do with what you know. It's just a part of it. And I've had the pleasure of talking about Wenglish to people, just like we're talking here, and to watch how their faces register this realizing that, wow, I never realized that there were so many man words buried in English and just nothing for women. Wow. And it's such an easy fix, but that's part of the psychological process of welcoming Wenglish into your vocabulary. So a few more words we would just like to work with to show you how much deeper Wenglish goes. So I want to throw some words out. Some of these you will think are fun, but they'll all beg the question, do we want to continue to use these words in a gender-inclusive language? So here you go. Try one. Amen. Okay? Amen. That's at the end of all of our prayers. It's used all the time in English as a conclusion to a conversation with a divine being. Wenglish doesn't use it. Wenglish uses something like, let it be so, thank you, something like that, just to end those conversations with God, so to speak. So think of that word, because it's a very common word. Next word we want to throw out is the word bridal. Do you see how bridal has two connotations in English? And so again, this is a word that is removed from Wenglish, because whether you spell it with an L-E or an A-L, it has this subliminal connotation that is hard to avoid, that being a bride could also associate a woman with a submissive situation because of a bridal. So do with all of these what you will. We're just showing you how deeply this issue with English goes. We want to know how you feel. Does it make a difference Do you believe if we speak more respectfully for all genders rather than dipping into these masculine words so often? That is our quest, that is our mission, that is our whole focus. So we want now to conclude the gender discussion, and in our next segment we'll roll into some other aspects of Winglish that we think you might be interested in. Please, please get onto Amazon and look at The Woman Who Forgot Who She Was. We think you'll find, not only is it a fabulous 5-volume series, this is the author speaking, so little plug here, all right, but it's also going to give you a look at Winglish. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next section.